Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Middle-Aged Mutant Show. My name is Ty, and as always, I'm joined by my intrepid host, Bods. Say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
Hello. Bods, today, I know you're sick of talking about it, but it's a relevant topic. We're going to be talking about Marvel's Spider-Man 2. They just expanded Marvel's New York, is what the video is called, and it's a bunch of new stuff about the game. I'm super stoked about it. I don't know how you feel about it. Let's get into it.
Well, I have to admit something.
What?
This entire time we've talked about Spider-Man the game in previous episodes. I've actually never played the game.
Oh, this is
so I brought in a proxy to talk for me.
like Ukraine?
No. Like my son, Little Bods.
Little Bods. What's up, Little Bods?
That's his rap name, Little Bods.
Little Bods. It's nice to be here.
It's nice to be here. All right. So
fun fact, when this game came out, I was all about playing it with them, and then I got obsessed with Red Dead Redemption 2. So
really, that I didn't realize that came out at the same time. I thought Red Dead.
Well, we bought it at the same time thanks to GameStop's buy two get one free deal. So that's how that happened.
So you're
lots of gift.
You're more of a
lots of gift cards.
You're more of a gunslinger than a web slinger, but the son's more a web slinger.
I'm guessing so. Yep.
So what did you think of the original game, Lil Odds?
I liked it a lot. The story was great. The gameplay it gets a little
repetitive.
But it's fun to replay. And then they had the Miles Morales game, which I haven't finished, but I think it's kind of worse than the Spider-Man game, but
I think I
enjoyed it.
Think exactly the same about Miles Morales. I kind of felt like it was deja vu because you end up playing the entirety, or at least the way I played it. I try to get everything I could possibly get in the Peter Parker, the remastered Spider-Man, and by the time I got to Miles Morales, I was like, oh, it feels like I'm starting over from scratch, and I don't care for that with a worse Spider-Man. So
like a downgraded Spider-Man. And I didn't really like his AR challenges.
No. That I was like, I don't want to do this. A lot of them felt like, I don't know, it just felt like I would do what they were saying to do, but it wouldn't give me credit for the actual actions, Like I was, you fight his little like holographic bots or whatever, and it'd say like throw 3 enemies at each other or whatever. I do that and I wouldn't get credit, and that really irked me. So
extremely annoying.
That and the I didn't really think they brought back. So they bring back the Tinkerer, which is Spider-Man's kind of like first, I guess, super bad guy. At least that's what I remember him as.
I like to call it the Tinkler.
The Tinkler. There's little puddles everywhere she went.
He's old. Oh, it's a she in here?
It's a she, yeah. So in this game, in the Miles Morales game, they changed it. So like Miles, he's not in love with Spider-Gwen in the games. He's in love with this girl that he used to be, I guess he grew up with. And she ends up being the Tinkerer, and her brother works for Roxxon. And did he get killed? I don't even remember. I think he got
killed.
Yeah, he gets killed, and so she has like a hate on for Roxxon, and she wants to make him pay. And he was working on like this energy source or whatever, and
like a weird virus.
Yeah, and in the game, I think that's how they explain. Is it how they explain? I think it's how they explain how Miles gets his Venom powers. He's on like a bridge and he's saving everybody, and this like a new power source is about to explode or whatever, and he ends up absorbing all the energy or whatever, and that's how he gets his bioelectric powers. At least that's how I remember it.
So okay, so one thing it kind of reminded me of the little bit I saw Little Bods play it was that it kind of reminded me of like Arkham a little bit.
Yes,
and so I know Little Bods is a big Arkham fan. He'll play those games over and over and over again. Is that kind of like the same where it's like it's its own like story kind of going on, and like it's its own little like version of Spider-Man? Like this is like, that's the Arkham version of Batman. It seems like this is kind of like the I don't want to say Arkham version of Spider-Man, but you know what I'm saying? It's like its own retelling of Spider-Man.
It's a good combination of just everything into one universe.
Yeah, that's cool.
You're talking about like the story, or are you talking about like the combat?
I'm talking about like, well, first when I was watching him play, I was like, this kind of reminds me of Arkham with the combat. Yes. But then the more he told me about it, I was like, it's kind of like it's doing its own version of like the Spider-Man story we all know, but kind of combining it into like.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it's not like the Arkham verse versus the DC verse, like like mainline. You're saying is it Earth 616 Spider-Man or is this a different Spider-Man? It is in fact a different. It's a different Spider-Man. And I like, for like when you talk about, when you're asking that question, yes, I do like this version of Spider-Man because he's kind of, he really is his own kind of his thing. He does draw in elements from the actual 616 universe, but it's just, it is slightly different. The storyline, as far as I know, is from I don't remember the actual name. It's like Slips. It starts with an S. I can't remember. There is an actual story, and I think it was written by Dan Slott, and it was about Mr. Negative and how he was working for Feast, but it was like an underground plot to actually do all the bad things he does in this. So I think it is close to the 616 counterpart, but there are differences. And I think differences for gameplay purposes, because you can't, a comic doesn't always translate very well to a fun game. So you fight, I don't know if you watched him play the entire game, but you fight Kingpin, you fight the Shocker, you fight
I do remember
Electro.
that. I remember those two actually.
Electro, you fight Vulture, you fight Scorpion, and even I think you fight the Rhino in this game. If I remember right, you fight the Rhino in the original one.
I think that's a good point you mentioned before, Ty, where like it's hard to translate a comic book straight to a game, because if you did, it would feel very dated and very like, oh, this is that one point. But like the thing about like the Arkham game and this one is like it became its own thing,
And Arkham does something that this game doesn't do, which is, to me, almost makes Arkham have a level of gameplay that Spider-Man doesn't have, neither Miles Morales nor the actual Spider-Man or Spider-Man Remastered. Because I don't know if you've heard the term Metroidvania. Metroidvania is kind of like this class of game where you're stopped from progressing for lack of a gadget or a state of your costume, something that can help you get past this point, and it causes you to have to backtrack. Because if you notice, whenever we played Arkham, there was a lot of times you had to go back and stuff because you didn't have the equipment, and once you got the equipment, it would let you progress. That's kind of the Metroidvania style, and Spider-Man doesn't really have that in it, and I think that's the biggest difference, which makes, in my eyes, it makes the Arkham game more fun because there's that extra level of gameplay on top of the combat and the gadgets and the suit upgrading and all that stuff. I think that gives it a little bit more like, not that I don't like the Spider-Man game. I think it's one of the best PS4, PC, whatever games that came out. I guess it's on PS5 now as a remastered copy. So I think that's just a feather in the cap of Arkham that this game doesn't have. But anyways, the new trailer has dropped. There was actually 2 trailers that dropped. One of them is about and we're not going to play the audio. We're just going to kind of talk about these games, and we'll pause as needed. So this is the first trailer. Oops, I don't want to have that sound on. Okay, this is the first trailer, and it goes on to talk about how they've doubled the size of the map that we played on in the original game. Now it includes 2 of the new 2 boroughs that weren't in the previous game, Queens and Brooklyn.
Neat.
And so the map size is almost doubled at this point. Another thing that they talked about in this trailer was that they're giving you web wings. See, here's where they talk about this. This is the side on the left. I don't know if y'all can see my mouse cursor, but on the left, this was the original map. So you had like Midtown, Uptown, Harlem, the financial district, Central Park, all that. And these 2 boroughs here on the right side, we didn't have. This is Queens and
how accurate is the map to like real?
I don't know, but I was telling my wife, because she's been to New York, and I was telling her, I was like, I don't know if I could actually like tell you like where we were according to like where Central Park is, because that was kind of my like landmark in the game. If I saw Central Park, I knew what kind of side of the map I was on. If I saw certain buildings, like you could see Avengers Tower, the Sears building, I think the Empire State is still there. I could kind of tell which side of the map I was on based upon that. If I could see the Statue of Liberty, I knew which coast I was on of the map. And all that. So
well, I only asked because this brings us to a dad bods moment.
Okay, let me go ahead and bring it up.
Greetings, super dumbasses.
All right, go.
So, Little Bods played this game when he was younger. He got to know the map pretty good. Mm-hmm. And one Christmas, we got separated at the airport. He ended up in New York. And he knew this area so well thanks to the video game. And, that really helped him out a lot. So I really appreciate the game being so accurate and, giving my son the ability to navigate.
Was he chased by a couple of individuals that maybe from his past?
Yeah, no, for the year before, I totally abandoned him at Christmas. During,
did you meet Donald Trump while you were at it?
I did, and a lot of money was spent too.
Nice.
Yeah, I had the hotel bill. Don't even get
something
me.
Else.
It was something else. Yeah.
Did you make a lot of special friends along the way? Maybe perhaps an owner of a store or a lady in Central Park,
a homeless lady.
Yeah. Did you give her a turtle dove?
Yeah, turtles.
Yeah, I told him not to stay away from the homeless, but he didn't listen.
He never listens.
That was actually the first
never listened. And I remember the Christmas before, I was like, "Don't talk to that weird neighbor, the old man." And did he listen? No, didn't listen to any of these.
I didn't go to the authorities. I went to the lady.
He took care of it himself, Boz. He took care of it.
Took the law in his own hands. So I guess I did teach him something.
I mean, he taught the assailants the first time around the meaning of F around and find out. So
and the meaning.
So I applaud him for that.
But I'm just glad now in Spider-Man 2 he can learn.
Queens
other areas.
Brooklyn.
Queens of Brooklyn.
The rest of the boroughs. If he would have went across either one of the bridges, either one of the 4 bridges here, he'd have been in trouble because he wouldn't have known his way around.
He'd have been in trouble. Yeah.
Okay, so with that out of the way, the new thing that they've added right here is the web wings. In the original game, there was no web wings. I kind of don't like the way they look. They're just too prominent. The wings from whenever we read the comics, it just looked like spider webs, and I just wish they would have done that. Maybe there's.
And it was very, very almost like it was just his underarms, like very little.
I thought he just never washed under there.
Yeah, just like he just
he just had
unclean
spider webs underneath his armpits.
Yeah.
They've introduced that for new traversal mechanic. You can now visit a couple of mainstays of the Spider-Man universe. This one is Midtown High, one of Peter Parker's old haunts. You can also visit Vision Academy, which we've seen in the Spider-Verse movies, which I think is pretty cool. You can also switch between your Spider-Man on the fly, so you can jump right here to Peter Parker as they show in this video, and then just move on from there. So that's kind of a good thing for me because I would much rather play as Peter than Miles, if I'm being honest. Plus, too, you get all the Venom powers. I really don't care about Miles's electric powers or him turning invisible. I was like, it's whatever. I'd much rather play as Peter.
Do you think this game would be good as a 2-player game?
I think it'd be rad as a 2-player game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would really dig it, but I think they flat out said that that's not going to happen. Which I was meaning to talk to you about. Maybe picking up Gotham Knights. We need to try that out and play that because it does.
I know that the plan was we had enough people for including Little Bods because he wanted to be Robin, right?
I do.
And then you want to be Nightwing. Todd. I want to be Jason Todd, and then we can get my daughter to be Barbara Gordon. So
yeah, but the problem is I don't think it's crossplay compatible between PS5 and PS4. I think you can only do PS5 and PS5 and PC, Xbox.
I still have PS4 though, so I still got it.
Still got it. Well, you can back play. But so you can switch between characters now. I think there will still be instances where you have to play as either Miles or Peter, but it looked like there. Maybe it's just me. But look right there, you can actually have them almost like assists, which I think is a cool idea to have either one of them swing in and help you at a moment.
It reminds me of the old X-Men game. Remember that?
Yeah, the assist. You had 2 assist types and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a new AR lens in their visor where they can actually see stuff on the map. I know that was kind of a complaint I had about the first game. Sometimes I would have to keep jumping between the map and like New York to find where I was supposed to go, because the actual like pip on the map that would tell me where I needed to go to like stop a crime, I couldn't see it because the map wasn't very. I don't know if that happened to you, Lil Bods, but it definitely happened to me. They also said there's going to be some new in the old games. Most of it was like calls that you would get, and in this one in this one, if you'll notice here in this little section, sometimes it's going to be like contextual events. Like, for example, you'll see these Talon drones that are drones for Kraven the Hunter that you'll just follow into a mission. It said that sometimes you'll just be swinging through the city, you'll see emblems like that, or you'll see pulses from drones, and that'll help you onto the next mission. There's also this like, it's like an invisible shade that Kraven has created around certain objects to hide things. That's going to be also a way to find secret missions in the game, which I think is kind of a cool idea.
How do y'all feel about the white emblem?
I didn't mind it.
I don't dislike this. I'll say though, the first time I played this game, as soon as I got you start off the game with the original like Spider-Man suit. You don't start off. This is the advanced suit, and the advanced suit you get because you're apprenticing to Dr. Otto Octavius, and once he finds out that you're working for Spider-Man, he starts coming up with ideas, and one of the ideas is like the advanced suit. He has like a whole written thing. The reason why the white spider was on there is he's saying that breaking up shape with white objects, he said something, it does something to the psychology of like criminals or something. I can't remember what it was, something goofy. But
kind of like Batman.
Batman or Punisher. We'll just aim for the chest. No.
aim for his mouth is what I would always say.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a cool thing. I also noticed okay, so they show here this is, I guess, is like a reveal. So there's Kraven the Hunter. I think he looks pretty cool, but I have to say,
I think he does too. Yeah.
This is Mysterio apparently, and I don't think he looks cool at all. Who is this guy? He doesn't look anything like the Mysterio from the comic, to me at least.
He's no Jake Gyllenhaal. That's for sure.
He just, I don't know. I just don't like him. I think everybody has looked so far looked pretty good. Like Otto from the last game looked pretty good. Wilson Fisk looked really great. I mean, the Shocker's costume, it was the Sony Spider-Man, video game version of it, but it looked pretty good. I mean, it kind of stayed pretty close.
Well, as you know, this is the part where it was like win a role in Spider-Man 2, and
this is the guy who
Joe Schmo that won
the block. He looks terrible. I don't know,
like a normal dude.
I just don't really like this guy. And his little,
they better give him his fishbowl.
They better give him his what?
His fishbowl.
Oh yeah, he needs his fishbowl.
They better.
He needs fishbowl.
I do like. I just noticed that like the scarf is kind of shaped like, I'm just gonna put a fishbowl over this.
Yeah.
Get that little
Yeah, didn't like that. And I think that this is Wraith. In the first game, Watanabe, I think her name is Yuri Watanabe, she was in the game, and she never, we all know her as Wraith in the comic. She never showed up as Wraith in that book, so I believe that's who it is here. But she has chains, and I always thought it was like ribbons. I don't know, maybe this is somebody different, I don't know, but I think it's Yuri Watanabe as Wraith. There's Venom.
The man.
Huh?
The man, the myth, the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend. Which right now everybody's saying that we're pretty sure that it is Harry Osborn that is playing. Is this universe's Venom? Now, this isn't the first time that this has been seen. In the Ultimate, I believe it was either Spectacular or Ultimate TV show, the cartoon, Harry Osborn was had the Venom suit as well. So this isn't the first time this has ever happened. Let's see, what else do we got here? The app is back. I hated the app. I don't know about you, Lil Bods, but I hated the app.
Was the app the
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app that Miles had? I loathed the app. I didn't really care for it. I also hated, you know, in the first game, you would play and you would have J. Jonah Jameson kind of like in the background nattering on about this and that, you know, like telling you how much and it was kind of like they're trying to make him like an Alex Jones like character, and he was just constantly complaining about Spider-Man, and he would get owned on his show and whatever. I did like that Jameson was there and that he was playing his part. I thought that was pretty cool.
A lot of them are funny too.
Yeah, a lot of his interaction funny. Now, I did not like the girl though. The girl that's like Miles's biggest fan or whatever. The one that was talking about him the whole time. I immediately once I found out you could turn her off, I turned her off because it was just nothing but like, oh my gosh, Miles, and I hated that. I just could not stand her. I like the antagonism of J. Jonah Jameson. You don't need you're a big fan just constantly, you know, stroking your ego, and that's what that felt like. And I don't know if you felt the same way, Lil Bods, but I felt that way about it.
I did.
The app does continue. It is how you will you'll be receiving calls, sometimes specific calls to specific heroes. It says all the activities that you're gonna actually participate in, they will feed into your progression like they did in the last game for rewards. In the last game you got points, and then you would during combat you would actually do certain combat tasks like throw this enemy up in the air and juggle him twice or whatever, and you would get points to add to your collection so that you could buy suits and upgrades and stuff. And so that's all back in the game. And it all feeds into this new thing called the the district progress system. You're going to get customization rewards as well. You're going to go back and be able to change all your suits once again. You're going to be able to fast travel just like you did in the previous game. You will use some of these points to get new combat abilities, new ways to travel, traverse through the game. Right here, they're showing some of the new gadget systems that you'll be working with. You got I guess this is now a permanent part of the advanced suit. In the last game, this was actually to get this, the mechanical forearms. If I remember right, that was part of the Iron Spider, like the Scarlet Iron Spider from Civil War. You had to like turn that on, and I think you could, because in the first game you could have whatever suit you wanted, and every suit came, not every suit, but most suits came with a power that was kind of like assigned to that suit. But as you're playing the game, you found out, well, you can change the suit to whatever you want, but keep the power. So
that's pretty cool.
You could have the regular Spider-Man suit and you could have the arms, or you could have the regular Spider-Man suit and have the drones, or the I think there was one that gave you like extra ability to like do finishers and all that. I don't remember all of it, but it seems like now instead of just the Iron Spider suit, the advanced suit gets this as well. I don't know where he's tucking these things, but
yeah, they fold up pretty nice and neat.
It's not like a huge backpack that he's wearing, so
no.
But that's back. It says you'll be acquiring upgrades for gadgets, which was cool in the first game. I really liked some of the mines and stuff like that. I thought they were so fun. How you could set up mines and then lure people over with your web shooters. I thought that was a great little fun thing that you could do as Spider-Man. The costumes are back, and apparently there are 65 suits that are coming from both from the comics, the movies, and 8 original. Oh, sorry, and original designs, not 8 original designs. Right here, we talked about this suit last week, Bods. This was the Miles Morales. Like, I don't know what they're calling this suit, but this was the one where he had the jacket and all that. So
the jacket, yeah.
And did you notice that? I don't know if y'all could see that. He has like combat pants on, and he's got short sleeves. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know.
Like a weird homeless suit.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but I don't know. It looks cool. And then that's the the Spider-Man 3 symbiote suit. They also have this is kind of like a Captain America variant of the Miles Morales suit. It's cool, I guess.
Weird.
And then they said, and I was looking at this suit right here in particular. I don't know this for sure, just because I'm only saying this because this is where I've seen the suit. I believe there is an artist on DeviantArt that actually created this suit, and this is the I believe the Scarlet Spider, Patrick Brown suit. He's like a Australian DeviantArt artist. He does a lot of stuff. And I think that's the one he created. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. I did recognize some of the suits in here. I believe this one right here is returning from the original game, and that's the Miles Morales 2099 suit, which I thought was a cool one. But as you can see, you have both tabs for Peter and Miles here. And they said with this right here, this is called the suit styles. You can kind of like remix your suit a little bit. Right here we have a Prowler version, and then just like whatever here, which I thought looked pretty cool.
It's got Hydra.
What'd you say?
It looks like a Hydra suit or something.
Yeah. But they said
and
with
Jokerized Spider-Man.
Jokerized Spider-Man. With this system, they're saying that there's over 200 variations that you can actually accomplish here. So I thought that was pretty cool. This suit right here had some people in an uproar. I didn't recognize this at first because he's on the left side here, but this looks like the Superior Spider-Man original variant right here, which I'm guessing having it be in the left-hand column here being the start, I guess the start area for this suit, which is pretty cool. I'm wondering I'm wondering if you're going to get any powers that are exclusive to that, because that is the Doc Ock Spider-Man suit. And I'm wondering if, because you already have the advanced suit with the arms and all that. I'm just wondering, is he going to get anything else? Because Doc Ock had a huge number of gadgets. If I remember right, one of his biggest things was the spider drones. I don't know if y'all read the Superior Spider-Man, but his spider drones were a pretty big deal for him. And I'm wondering if maybe this costume variant will be the one that has, I don't know, drone capability or whatever.
That's cool.
But I am looking forward to all this because I love collecting all the suits. I collected all the suits in the first game, and I'm totally going to do it here. This looks to be the original suit. I'm sure that we're going to see variations from the into and across the Spider-Verse. So we're definitely probably going to see again the 2099 suit. Most likely will be a 2099 across the Spider-Verse variant, because why not, you know? And even last time they had cool stuff. They had like if I remember right, they had like a Romita variant of the suit for at least on the PC version I played. It was kind of like it was like cell shaded. It looked really cool, and I liked playing in that one. But in here, I believe this is what they're calling the Arachnite suit, and that is a recolorization right there. At least that looked like to me. This looks like a recolorization of the 2099 suit. So essentially, the 2099 suit for Peter is back in the game, which is awesome because I really dug that suit. And it's kind of I gotta say I'm digging it in the black and white. I don't know about you guys. I love
symbiote.
Yeah, kind of symbiote version. That looks pretty cool. And I think that is kind of all for this trailer. The rest of it is just talking about, like, you know, can't wait to see you guys play, blah blah blah, and showing off some of the Venom power stuff, which I think they should not have named Miles's powers Venom anything, or Venom Strike, or whatever they call him in the game. It's confusing, and it was going to be confusing here as well. I'm just not.
They're planning it.
And so whenever he gets the Venom, like let's say he gets the symbiote in this game, so is he going to have the Venom powers, or I don't know. I don't know what to call it. It just seems like it was an oversight of somebody's. I just don't think it was a very good look there, but I'm excited. Now this is another piece of trailer that got released at the same time. It was actually, I think, about the exact same time. This is just showing customization. I'm sorry, not customization, but these are the pre-order bonus suits that are coming out. And I'm just going to get y'all's opinions on these. I am not really impressed with a lot of these. I think this is kind of a cool suit. It's kind of like it looks like a space suit or something like that, like Spider-Man.
At first I was like Ant-Man, but
yeah,
no, it's Spider-Man.
It's like a Spider-Man spacesuit is all I could come up with.
Yeah.
This one is the Stone Monkey suit, which I don't know. This kind of looks like Spider-Man India to me.
Yeah.
It just if I was gonna say what was an Indian spider suit, that was probably it. Again, the little like spaceman one. Um, this one right here on the left, I think is pretty cool. They're calling this one like it's a punk name. I can't remember, but I did notice he had kind of a mechanical arm on the right, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
This is the tactical suit. Apparently, this is the monkey suit, and I can't remember. This is like the 25th century or 26th century suit or something like that. I think this one kind of looks a little luchador to me, which is kind of cool. But I'm not really seeing anything here that if I had to make the decision on whether or not to pre-order this game or get the digital deluxe version, I'm not really seeing anything here for at least for Peter that makes me like go, oh, I got to have that. I don't know about you guys. What do you think?
I'm really just movies and TV show costumes.
Okay, so you're for the vanilla. That's kind of how I feel about it. This is a little out there. I mean, it's fun to have all this stuff, but it's a little out there for me. But this trailer goes on to show more of the suits for Miles here in a moment. It's just still showcasing the Peter suits, and now you get to see some of the Miles stuff. Like I think this one is just, ugh. This is just busy and ugly, and I do not like it. It's too crazy.
That is the Thanos suit.
I thought this one was kind of cool that they're about to show. There's that ugly one again. That kind of looks like some of the stuff from the original game right there. This one's the encoded suit, the Agimat suit, and this one kind of looks like the 2099 Miles Morales suit from the original game. Still, again, nothing crazy. This one right here is a biomechanical suit. Makes him kind of look like a bug. Yeah, he just kind of looks like he has an exoskeleton. It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
I guess that's the most Spider-Man-y that you can get, but it just looks kind of gross to me. And right here, I think this suit actually looks kind of cool for Miles. It reminds me of the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It just looks very like Tommy.
Yeah.
You know how it has this little part? It kind of looks like Tommy's green Power Ranger suit, which I thought was kind of cool. And then more of the biomechanical suit, whatever this ugly crap is right here. And that I think this suit doesn't look too bad right here. I don't know what this one's called, but I kind of like that suit. Still, nothing like really like blowing my dress up here to where I'd be like, I have to get this. I might, and which is fine. I think there's something to be said for like, if you're going to create this stuff that's behind a paywall, like a digital deluxe version of the game, it's kind of nice that you're not holding the real like movers and shakers behind a paywall, like the original costume, the Venom costume, the 2099 costume, the Cyborg costume, that kind of stuff, because that would feel cheap to me. Like you're like, oh, so to get those suits that I want, I have to pay more. Which I kind of I go, okay, I get where you're going. This is just if you want to spend the extra money. I don't know what this digital deluxe version is going to cost, but you'll go ahead and get all this extra suits that other people won't have, that you can't show off to anybody else. To be honest,
yeah.
Since this is not a multiplayer game, there's really no like showing it off or whatever. I don't know what you guys think about this.
It's probably gonna be really expensive and not worth it.
I'm gonna guess this is like the $79.99 tier, or maybe the $89.99 tier, because this game is gonna be a $69.99 game. I bet. I'm almost.
I'll just end up playing like Spider-Man 2099 or Noir.
Yeah, 2099 and Noir were awesome. I kind of wish though that in the original game that if the Noir suit, I really wanted the fedora and the trench coat.
Yeah, he was kind of naked.
Yeah, he kind of was naked, and I kind of wish that instead of shooting webs, he had the grapple gun, because it's kind of just like, oh, you're just Spider-Man, this normal Spider-Man with a different costume. I kind of want them to go the whole way with it, and if you're gonna do it, say, well, he's using this or using that, but
a lot more.
Just more true to form, for the character. It does look like that if you just pre-ordered it though, you get 3 skill points, you get a web grabber gadget, I don't know what that is, and then you get either one of the Arachnite costumes, and I guess I think they showed up in the comics. So I guess if you're just gonna pre-order the game, at least you get something like two extra costumes included in the game.
I've never seen skill points locked behind a paywall.
Well, I have. They'll have like, what is it like? If you get certain tiers of the battle pass for, I believe, Modern Warfare, or what was the other one? Battlefield 2042. Yeah. If you paid for certain tiers, you'd like 15 skips. You'd skip 15 times in the tiers in the battle pass, which to me, that's the same thing as, having skill points.
Eating.
Yeah.
Oh.
Skill points being in there. So yeah, digital deluxe edition. I mean, if you got the pockets for it, I don't know what this is going to cost. Maybe I should look this up. Let's see, Spider-Man 2 digital deluxe price. What are we talking here? $79.99. Not too bad. Just $10 more than the other one. But I remember when games were like $39.99. So
I remember when they were a nickel.
I remember when they were called Sammys and they were 2 playing cards a slice. But anyways, Spider-Man 2 coming October 20th, I want to say. Don't hold me to that.
Was that close?
Huh? Yeah, it's really close. Well, they've already released the actually, if you could get the thing, they released the plates for the side of the PlayStation. You know how you can change the white plates on the side of it. They have the Spider-Man variant of that, and also the special edition console, as well as the special edition controller. So I knew that they were releasing that close to the time the game was actually going to hit the scene. So I believe it's October 20th. It says right here, October 20th, 2023. All right. Yeah, I was right.
Pretty cool.
So pretty cool stuff. If you like it, go out and check it out. Anyways, that's it for this episode of the Middle Aged Mutant Show. I want to thank our special guest, Little Bods, for showing up and being our proxy for this. Actually having played the game and having something to say is always welcome on the Middle Age Show. You are now dubbed one of the new mutants.
Yeah, I'm not middle-aged.
You're not middle-aged. You can go forth and spread our message to the world. You have anything to say to the people out there?
Subscribe.
Thank you.
Comment.
It's good. It's good advice. You don't want to drop your new album, Bodsy style?
Oh, yeah, that too.
Bodsy style.
No.
It'd be like
single. Little Bodsy.
Like rap bods. It almost sounds like rap gods, but rap bods. Anyways, thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.